Another day, another dollar, another game at the Park District of Forest Park. Day 3, no glove nationals. We've got Whale and Flashback facing off right here. Flashback had to defeat the Dirty 38's to get here. Whale had to defeat High Y. Here for Flashback, it's going to be Kearns, Dispenza, Rains, Korenkowski, Russ, Coates, Pichatelli, Coates, Iovino, Iggy, and Moji. We'll get the Whale defense here in a second after this next Chris Rieger pitch. Ball deep out in the outfield for Whale. It's going to be Eddie, Jake, and Crawford. Across the infield, it's Lenny, Jack, Alonji, Jackson, and Eddie. Bo behind the plate. And Chris Rieger on the mound gets a strike there. And there's ball 4, so a leadoff walk for Brian Kearns. Here's Dan Dispenza. Hits that back to Rieger. Rieger makes the catch, doubles him off at first. Nice catch there from Chris Rieger. Start off the twin killing. Just like that, base is empty. PJ lifts that into center. Plenty there, under, and squeezes for out number 3. So non-traditional 3 up, 3 down. Flashback kept out of the scoring column in the top of the first. Whale coming up here in the bottom 1. So bottom of the first here for Whale, it's going to be Lenny, Alonji, and Jackson. Then Crawford, Chris, and Eddie. Bo, Jack, Jake, and Eddie. Eddie Balunas and Eddie Barzowski, the 2 Eddies we speak of. Defensively for Flash, it's going to be Russ, Coates, and Rains across the outfield. The Coates in center is Tom Coates. That's because the Coates at third base is Pat Coates. It's Coates, Iggy, Vito, Pish, and Timmy across the infield. Kearns behind the plate. And Moji on the mound. So friend of the program, Lenny Gonzalo leading things off. Moji starts with a strike. And it's been a nerve-wracking few games here for Flashback early on. Lenny rolls that one over to Iggy. Iggy fires across. And I say probably nerve-wracking only in the sense that they were chasing, but this is a team that knows that they have the potential to beat anybody, so probably not too nervous when you're down in the game when you know everybody can swing the stick. But Hardway put up a great fight against Flashback. 38's and Flashback had a great game over here today at 3:30. So 1 down here for Alonji. Mike Alonji hits that to the right side. Pish playing in the grass. Throws to first for out number 2. Brings up Jackson Perry. Is that what that was, Anthony? That was good. My mic was picking that up in the yellow range from all the way over there. That's impressive. Jackson hits that to the right side. Foul. Yeah, I heard it a few times. I was impressed. Now that I know what it is, might have to bottle that one up and sell it. Yep, still in the yellow. Emoji set here with the pitch to Perry. Flat. Jackson lifts that into left in front of Ryan Russ, playing fairly deep. 2 out single here for Whale. Brings up Crawford. I want that to be my text tone. I don't think I'd ever miss a text again. Crawford takes a strike. Burns feigned the throw to first, but Timmy stayed back. Crawford hits a high fly ball into left. Russ a couple steps in, a couple more under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. So a 2 out single from Perry. Then a fly out from Crawford ends the bottom of the first. We are scoreless after 1. Flashback coming up. Top of the second here for Flash. 4, 5, 6. Korenkowski, Russ, and Coates. Nate Early, my pleasure. Happy to be here. Been a great day of games. Glad I've been able to jump in the booth here tonight and get a couple done. Bunch of people over here lining the fences, lining the lines, enjoying the game. Happy to have you all in the chat hanging out as well. If you can't make it here, what better place to be than hanging out with me, my friends? Korenkowski lifts that one into left. Good ball to Eddie. Debbie checking in, throwing her hat in the flashback ring. Got 45s and high Y over on field 2. I will get updates for those as I can, I promise. Russ hits that down the line to third. Lenny throws to 2. High throw. Alonji with it, but tips it just a bit too high. Oscar right there to make the call. Eddie just kind of rushed that one, or not Eddie, sorry. Lenny just kind of rushed that one over. Little high, but a good job by Alonji to get a hand on it, tip it straight up, instead of letting that one get too far away, maybe kick into the outfield. Jackson was right there for backup. First and second, nobody out for Tom Coates. Flips that to the left side, foul. Eddie giving it chase. That one out of play. He did get all the way to the fence. If that one would have stayed in play, Barzowski had a great chance to make that play. Yeah, Marianne, this is absolutely the best weather we've had in my 6 years working here. My first tournament, 2021, because we had to cancel 2020, the winners of the tournament, team pandemic. But since 2021, it has just been hot and muggy, and it has been beautiful this weekend. Today was supposed to be a pretty hot day, but never really got above 80. The sun was out for maybe a cumulative hour, hour and a half since we've been here at 8 o'clock. Oates lifts that into left over to Barzowski, makes the catch, no tag. Good throw in to Jack, his shortstop. One out. So one down, first and second for Pish. Thank you, Chooch. I appreciate it. Throwing his hat in the whale ring. Strike there to Pish. Pish lifts that to left. Eddie is under. Chris going to back up third. No tag. Out number two. So two down here for Pat Coates. Just turned into the Ultimate Warrior for a second when I was offered a Celsius. My body needs fuel. Ball deep. Pat Coates. Good job by Whale after the first two reaching to get the next two outs. I do have a medical professional up in the booth with me, so if anything happens from this Celsius overconsumption, I asked her earlier, how many could I have before it gets bad? She gave me an answer, and I said, you're just a scorekeeper. Somebody from 45's absolutely clobbered that ball. Saw it coming into our right field. One ball, one strike. The easy answer is it's all a problem, but Pat hits that over to short. Jack with it, fires across. Eddie squeezes and makes the catch for out number three. So the first two reached for Flash. The next three retired in order. Nothing doing in the top of the second. We're to the bottom two. Whale coming right up. So bottom two here for Whale, Chris, Eddie, and Bo. It's going to be Eddie V, not Eddie B. Although phonetically the V and B decisive markers don't help much here via audio. Vilunas and Barzowski. Rieger takes the strike. Chops that over to short. Iggy makes the play, back foot, fires across. Good stretch from Timmy for out number one. So Eddie B steps in. plate. Eddie turns on that one, hits it deep, hugging the line, but just foul. Hits off the top of the fence, but that one stays in. That one held the line about as long as it could. Shout out Toto. Hit up the middle. Vito to a knee. Fires a one. Hopper to Timmy. Out number 2. What's up, JD? Which one didn't you like? All of it? All the above? So here's Bo. It's that right back to Moji, makes the catch for out number 3. Bo hit it hard, but Moji right there. Nothing doing after 2 for both teams. Flashback coming up in the top of the 3rd. JD, I wish I could play Toto right now as we go to break. So top 3, it's going to be Vito, Iggy, and Moji. Vito hits that foul to the left side towards the beer truck. It's like most of our sun has disappeared. Vito hits that hard right at Lenny. Out number 1. Hard line out to end the inning for Whale. Hard line out to start the inning for Flashback. I'm working on it, Sean and Armando. That one into right. Crawford back towards the gap. Makes the catch for out number 2. What's up, Gray? I do what I can, my man. Appreciate you as well. That one looks like it might have stuck to Rieger's hand a little bit. A little frustrated as that one came off. Moji lifts that to the left side foul. About halfway between the fence and the foul line. Can you see if we can get a score for two? Just misses outside. It's funny, they're both pointing to the same spot to justify whether it was a ball or strike. Moji lifts that to the left side. Foul for strike three, so 3 up, 3 down for Flashback. Another quick half inning. Whale coming up in the bottom of the third. So bottom three, it's going to be Jack, Jake, and Eddie Barzowski for Whale. For those of you who asked, we do have the bat signal out for a score from field two, so eventually Batman will come. Strike one. Good landing there. It's that back to Moji. That one off the leg. Kicks it over to one. Timmy with the stretch. He is out. Good heads up there from Moji. Unable to get to it in time. Realized his only hope was to kick it over to Timmy. Timmy with a good stretch to make the catch. Once he hits that one to Moji, Moji knocks it down and makes the play at one again. A busy last 3 outs for Mike Moji. Rosevich quick like a cat. So here's Barzowski, top of the order, waiting. Lenny on deck, Alonji in the hole. Eddie lifts that into left center. That one's going to fall in front of Coates for a 2-out single. Big single there to bring it back to the top of the order, and Lenny. A year of 2-out action, a big hit there for Barzowski as we go to the top. Lenny takes a strike. Pushes that to the right side, foul. Nice catch by one of the Whale players. All deep. So we do have a score update from field two. That one a fly out to right. When we come back for the top of the fourth, I will update you on what is the Haps over on two. Flashback coming right up. Top of the fourth, Flashback, top of the order. Kearns, Dispenza, and Reigns. Update over from field 2. In the bottom of the first, 45s are up over High Y, 5-0. Bottom 1, High Y up to bat right now. 45s up 5-0. Paul Rowan checking in. Paul Rowan, of course, the president of this fine little beauty over here, the Chicago 16-inch Softball Hall of Fame. Sharon checking in, watching the outstanding broadcast. Thank you, Sharon. Welcome. Like I always say, if you can't make it to the park for this amazing tournament, glad that I can make it to your living room or wherever you choose to watch from. Ball deep, just misses to Kearns. Looks like High Y got at least a run back. Kearns lifts that to left. Eddie is there. A step to his left. Little hop to his right. Squeezes it for one. So one down for Dispenza. It's that up the middle, off the hands, tailing away from Alonji, down to a knee, gets rid of it quickly. Not sure how clearly that came through, but Dispenza kind of hit that one off the knuckles. It started tailing away from Alonji to his right, our left. Went down to a knee and then had to get rid of it quickly with the good speed coming down. So nice play from Alonji for out number 2. Reigns hits that over to Alonji, knocks it down. Jackson right there, fires to Eddie. He's out. Great recovery there for the Whale defense. We head to the bottom of the fourth. We are still scoreless. Whale coming up. Bottom 4, Alonji, Jackson, and Crawford. Takes a strike. Set up the middle, Vito to his right. Can't come up with it cleanly. Alonji standing on first. So Perry here going to take a breath while they get a runner over for Alonji. It's going to be Anthony running for Alonji. Ball in to right. Rains is there. Crawford hits that between third and short. Anthony's going to hold at 2. Good throw in from Russ. So 1 down runner in scoring position, and the pitcher, Chris Rieger, with an opportunity to help himself. So they're going to bring in Mike Meyer for Brian Kearns. Some people call him Mike. I call him Coach. Update from 2 after this one. Anthony around to score. Whale scores first on the RBI single from Chris Rieger. And an update from field 2 as we get some action here for the first time. In the top of the second, it is 5-4. 45's leading high Y, 5-4. Someone just jammed a finger up the middle. That might be Man playing short center. So 45's up over high Y. Top of the second, 5-4. This one 1-0 now. Whale with the first run. Eddie lifts that into center. Crawford's going to tag for third. Coates throws to 2, so Rieger has to stay at 1. So good fly out there from Eddie V to move Crawford just a bit closer for Bo. Or as I called him for an entire tournament, Bino. Oops. I blame Doc's handwriting. He also blamed his handwriting, so we're simpatico there. Ball deep. Oh, hits that into left center. Russ into the gap, makes the catch and loses his hat, but Wales strikes first. They're up 1-0. We head to the top of the 5th. Bats in the game right now, both literally and figuratively. Come out to the park, you can see the 4 giant inflatable cut shot bats along the festival grounds. And of course, our friends over at FH Passion, proud sponsor of the best tournament in the country. You can hashtag build with passion while we stream with passion. So thank you to those who support us during this tournament. We appreciate you. Andrew Kordek checking in. Where are these teams from? Both local teams here in the Chicagoland area. So Timmy flies out to left for out number 1. One down for Russ, top of the 5th, 1-0 game right now. Yeah, Jerry, the volunteers as well. We get over 100 volunteers every No Gloves. We really couldn't do it without them. It's a community-driven event, so we thank our volunteers as much as we thank our sponsors. Everyone's making it happen, helping us find folks here at the Park District of Forest Park. This is really our crown jewel. This is, 58 years strong. We say this is our most wonderful time of the year. Bill Kavanaugh checking in. Hall of Famer Bill Kavanaugh. Put some respect on the name. One of the first to always congratulate the champions in all the leagues across Chicagoland. You can find him often at the Chicago 16-inch Softball Hall of Fame. Go say what's up. Here's some amazing stories from those guys. That one over to left, out of play. Hey, we thank the sponsors, we thank the volunteers. Of course, we know the grounds crew as well as the staff who make it all happen. But thank you, too, for joining us. Always appreciate it. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. This one in to right. Crawford is there. He's under. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here in our little slice of heaven in Forest Park. So 2 outs for Tommy Coates. Strike one. Finds the inside of the zone. Coates hits that one deep left. Barzowski playing fairly deep already into foul territory. Squeezes it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. 3 innings in a row. Nothing doing for Flashback in the top of the 5th. Whale coming up, leading 1-0. So it's going to be Jack, Jake, and Eddie B. Harrigan, Lenti, and Barzowski. Matt, there is one more here tonight. It's going to be Iron and Signature, and I will probably try to stay in the booth unless I get called out. If the bosses call in the lefty, I might have to leave, but I am anticipating being able to call the Iron and Signature game. Make Sammy and Luna have to listen to me for 4 straight games. That's 4 hours of me, folks. That's a lot, I've heard. Russ with a sliding catch. Nice catch on his knees. That's what they tell me. So Jack flies out to Ryan. Out number 1 brings up Jake. Adrian double checking that he had his substitutions correct. I'm sure they would love to hear that you think that they deserve hazard pay for sitting up here with me 4 games in a row. Sammy says, yes. Jake hits that to Pitch. Pitch makes a nice play on the short hop. Timmy can't corral it on the short hop himself. Off balance throw for Pichatelli. So 1 out, runner on first. Yeah, very tough play. Hard to make that play on the short hop. Timmy almost corralled it twice. Unfortunately, just skipped away far enough. Eddie hits that in to right. PJ chasing it over towards the line, makes the catch. Jake feigns a tag, but he stays at 1. Good idea there from Eddie trying to pepper that right field line, but PJ with the range. 2 down for Lenny. Ball outside. Lenny lifts that into right. Jake around second. They're going to wave him. Nope, they're late hold, late hold. That one gets through. Meyer unable to corral it. So third base coach waving Wendell. And as Lenty got to third, he put on the brakes. They did hit the cut cleanly. I think he was trying to force a throw. Ooh, a throw there to see what would happen. But a good job by the flashback defense to keep Jake at third. And then as that one scooted away from Meyer, they were able to get back in time. Moji going to cover. So first and third, 2 down here. That's not on the plate. Clean the dirt for Meyer. He'll clean the plate.
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
So Alonji here, runners on first and third, 2 down. Strike there from Moji to Alonji. These are not Bellong. These are both teams who had byes in the first round. Alonji lifts that one into deep center. Tom Coates is there. He's camped under. He squeezes for out number 3. So Flash able to keep Whale out of the scoring column there in the bottom of the 5th. Still up 1-0. Flashback coming up chasing 1. Jack, there's been an update each inning. I don't know what you want, brother. So it's going to be Pish, Coates, and Vito.
Number 66, Joe.
45's up 9-4, bottom 2. Hope that makes you happy, Jack. Here's me hiding. It's that over to third. Lenny down to a knee. Nice play. Low throw. Eddie with the scoop. So Lenny to Eddie for out number 1. It does feel like it, Maddie. There's been a lot of low scoring, low hitting games today. My 3 up, 3 down button is all worn out. It's been weird in that regard, but the defense for a lot of these games has also been very on point, very clean. Coates lifts that one in to right. Crawford to his left, makes the catch. But yeah, in a game where you're just throwing the ball up in the air and letting them hit it, it's definitely been a lack of offense. So Vito Iovino with 2 outs. Up the middle, Rieger with it. Throws to Eddie at first. Speak of the devil, 3 up, 3 down on the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom. Whale up 1-0. So bottom 6, it's going to be Jackson, Crawford, and Chris. 1-0 game. Ball off the plate. Yeah, I was talking to someone earlier in the chat during one of the games where it definitely feels like stylistically some people are pressing, doing too much, playing differently out of what they usually do. And I heard someone earlier in one of the games say, we play these guys so much, they know what we do, so we're trying to do something different. But this might not be the weekend to experiment as Jackson hits that into left on a rope. Leadoff single for Perry brings up Crawford. Crawford likely looking to hit that Coors Light truck over in left field right now. Doesn't hit the Coors Light truck, but almost just the natural delights. Two here to Crawford. Rips that over to third. Pat knocks it down, throws to 2. They do get the lead runner. Vito tagged Jackson as he popped up, and Jackson said something to him with a big smile on his face. You could see Oscar start to walk over. He's got a big smile on his face, too. That's some of that. These guys play together so much. It's a real familiarity. Rieger hits that to the right side. Will it stay fair over PJ's head? It does stay fair. PJ touches it, but it goes up against the fence. Rieger right behind Crawford. Chris coming around third. The throw coming home. Hook slide from Chris, and he is in. A 2-run home run from the pitcher, Chris Rieger. Makes it 3-0 Whale here in the bottom of the 6th. So Eddie Valunas with the bases empty, 1 out. Yeah, that might be the fastest I've ever seen Rieger run. Crawford fast in his own right, and Rieger was hot on his heels. Eddie pops that one up to Vito on the lip, goes into the dirt, shuffle step, 2 outs. And we definitely know Flashback is a team where a 1-0 lead, not safe. So some big insurance runs there to try to put a little bit of space. Flashback has 10, 11, 1 coming up in the top of the 7th. Rieger absolutely crushed that ball, and it was an oppo. Reigns is about where he is now. Had a lot of ground to cover. Had a good beat on it, but Chris just hit it a little bit further. That one lifted into center. Bo with a 2-out single. Gonna get a runner. Troy is going to run for Bo. So Jack here, 2-down runner on first, 3-0 lead, bottom of the 6th. So Whale just trying to scrape a few more across. Put all the pressure on Flashback. Jack hits that into left. Russ a couple steps back, turns, comes around on it, and makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 7th inning. Whale up 3-0. Flashback needs 3 to keep this one rolling. Top 7, Flashback chasing 3. It's going to be Iggy, probably a pinch hitter. My guess is Smykowski, and then not Kearns, Meyer, who came in for Kearns, unless Kearns comes in to hit, but Meyer does have a bat. Hoping Kearns is okay. They kind of pulled him mid-play, mid-inning. Rieger still cleaning dirt out of his shorts, that hook slide. Iggy hits that into center. Good start there for Flashback. You've got to feel like with every base runner, there's going to be a little bit of momentum picking up on the Flashback side. These guys have made the final from the winner's bracket, the loser's bracket. They've got guys who played in big moments in this tournament, all up and down the roster. Smykowski hits that to the right side, foul. Off the fence. So 2 strikes. Lifted over towards left. Barzowski in, freezes, squeezes, fires it into 2. One down, back to the top of the order, and here's Mike Meyer. There's a strike from Rieger to Meyer. Meyer lifts that one to the left side. Foul. Eddie put that one in high gear, but could not get to it. Good hustle from the Whale left fielder. Just like T.I., respect this hustle. Hit over to short. Jack knocks it down, keeps it in the infield, which keeps Iggy at second. First and second, one out here for Dispenza. He is the tying run. Gets that one into center. Lenti coming in, makes the catch for out number 2. It all comes down to P.J. Raines. Step back to Rieger. Rieger from his butt over to Eddie. And Whale beats Flashback 3-0 to advance to tomorrow, 1:15. They'll be live against the winner of Iron and Signature. Our next game, Whale defeats Flashback 3-0. What a play to end it for Chris Rieger. A line drive right back at him. Got a hand on it. Fell to his butt. A good throw over to Eddie at first for the final out. Whale advances in the winner's bracket. Flashback is going to move to tomorrow at noon. So Whale gets a little break into tomorrow for a team that had to play about 6 games last year on Sunday. Nice little respite for the Blubberin' Boys. That's going to do it for this one. We're going to have one more here tonight. We're going to stay live for Iron and Signature. I didn't get the bat signal to go down there, so I think I get to stay up here. Want to thank you for joining us for this one. We'll be back for another one here in a little bit. Whale victorious over Flashback. I'll post an update on Facebook for the score from Field 2 as soon as I can get it. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you for joining me here